Mid-segments of a triangle are segments Mid-segments in a triangle are segments that connect the midpoints. And what happens is they have a couple of boundaries. Here's the go.
Wait.
But what I'm doing is I'm just showing that those are midpoints by putting in the congruency marks. Mid-segments of a triangle are segments that connect the midpoints, or I should say, of a triangle. Okay. The mid-segments, a mid-segment equals half the side it does not touch okay. It equals half the side it doesn't touch, which is really easy to see because in a triangle, how many sides do you have? 3 of them. Well, a mid-segment touches 2 of them, so by process of elimination, you only have to worry about one other side. So the mid-segment will always equal half the side it doesn't touch, and it's also parallel to that side. Okay. So mid-segments are half the size they don't, or half the side that they don't touch, and they're also parallel to that side that they don't touch. Okay. And this is going to wind up helping us out with some really super easy algebra. And like I said, I'm not worried about any proofs or anything. But the algebra stuff we get into a ton of algebra with this. But again, it works out to be real clean. Okay? It works out real clean. For example, if I know that a side length is, if this side length here is 12, the midpoint makes each of those 2 segments how much? They're both 6. Okay. So that means this part is 6, this part is 6, and how much is the mid-segment? 6. Okay. It'll also be 6. Reason being because it's equal to half the side it doesn't touch. Well, if the side is 12, that means it makes it 6. Okay. Again, if the mid-segment here is 8, well, that means that's half the side it doesn't touch, which means the side it doesn't touch is going to be how much? 16, which means the whole thing would be 16. And how much would each individual chunk be? 8. Okay. Same thing goes for here. If this much is 7, how much is the next piece? Well, the whole thing would be 14. How much is that the other segment from 1 part 7? 7, and how much is the mid-segment? 7. So you'll notice that the mid-segment is equal to half the whole thing, but it's also equal to each individual part because of the way the midpoint works. So you wind up with 4 congruent triangles. Because of what, Joe? What were you saying? How are they congruent? Well, it happens to have 3 sides congruent, so what it would be? Yeah. So you wind up with 4 triangles that are congruent to each other because of side, side, side. Also, With it being parallel, one of the things you will see is that knowing that you have that, for example, here and here, that makes that side a transversal, doesn't it? It makes that a transversal, which therefore makes this happen. Yes, sir? It makes that angle and this angle the same. Because of why? Is what? What's the corresponding? Very good. Those are corresponding angles. Now, if you look at it, that corresponding angle is between a side that has 3 tick marks and 1 tick mark. Everybody see that? So if I say that that angle, for argument's sake, is 43 degrees, that means this here is 43 degrees. And in here, between 1 and 3, is also 43 degrees. What's that? Yeah, for every one of them that's between the 3 tick marks and the 1 tick mark, every one of those would be 43 degrees. 1 and 3, I think I got them all. Yeah. Okay. That's the idea that you'll see with some of this stuff. Knowing that you are equal to half the side you don't touch, and you're also parallel to the side you don't touch. Now, a lot of times what we do is we don't write it out that mid-segment equals half. A lot of times we'll say if we double the mid-segment, we get the whole thing. Does that make sense? It's because it's easier to write times 2 than it is to take half. So here's what I mean by writing it like that. If I take half, the mid-segment equals half side not touch, or I double the mid-segment to equal the side not touched. And that's what we're looking at today. Those two quick, really easy algebra setups. All right. Mid-segment, half the side not touched, or double mid-segment, and it equals the side not touched. And like I said, when we're working with this stuff, it's mainly going to wind up being some very quick algebra. For example, Super fast though. These are really quick. One of the things I want to remind you, whoa, guys. One of the things I want to remind you, the textbook right now, for some reason, when you're opening it up, it's telling you that you don't have Flash installed. Just click on it and it opens it up right away. I don't know if there's some weird update that happened, because apparently that also happened with my website. It basically got wiped off the internet because of some weird privacy settings that got changed on some update that I didn't know that happened. So I wound up finding out via emails from people trying to get on the website, and I said, I don't know what's going on. And then, lo and behold, apparently there was a setting, and I didn't know about it. But my wife figured it out. She's nice. She's good people. There you are. Before I get started, you got a little bit of time.
Okay.